I want to share a small experience with you. I am very active on social media platforms other than YouTube also. But few days ago, I started working on a new drawing. Usually, I begin posting the work in progress pictures on my Instagram account. Additionally, when I posted the final drawing, it received a lot of positive comments from our art lovers. When I thought about an important point, I focused on while creating that drawing. Perhaps the reason the drawing received so much support is because of this focus, because of this one important point. So I thought that if I share this point with you all, it might help those who are into drawing or interested in starting it to take their drawing to next level. That's why I made this video to discuss that point. Hi, my name is Sachin. I am an artist and I have a dream. Welcome to our art channel. I was working on a drawing of an old car, a charcoal drawing on an A3 sized ivory sheet. I used the usual materials for charcoal drawing like a woodless charcoal pencil, compressed charcoal stick, brush, graphite powder, and charcoal powder. However, while working on this drawing, I focused on three important points. The first, I was improvising the techniques. When we started drawing, we might already have some ideas on how to do it and what tools to use, but after some time we realize which tools and techniques are actually needed for that particular drawing. So improvising the techniques as we progress is the key. For example, when I plan to blend the shading, as I decided to avoid using blending stumps because there were many smooth areas that required it. Instead, I used cotton earbuds for blending. However, as I progressed, I noticed that the earbuds created some patches in the shading. So I switched to using a brush to achieve smoother blending. Similarly, in each stage of this drawing, I kept improvising my techniques. Initially, I would shade using a dark tone, then light tone, and finally a middle tone. But later, I started applying graphite powder to the portion I intend to shade, creating a middle tone first, then highlighting by an eraser, and finally adding dark tones with soft charcoal pencil. This process of improvisation allowed me to refine the drawing, leading to better results. So when you start drawing, it's better to start slow, giving yourself time to think about the drawing methods and tools. As you progress, you can always perfect your tools and techniques, leading to a more refined drawing. The second point is working part by part. While shading a drawing, you can either complete the entire drawing layer by layer method or working on small portions one by one. Especially in realistic drawing, I opt for the part by part method, starting from the top left and moving to the bottom right. So as I am right-handed person, this approach helped me to avoid smudging and kept the drawing neat. The third and the most important point is focusing on contrast. In this drawing, I paid a lot of attention to the contrast between dark and light tones. Contrast is an essential element in photography, also in drawing and painting. In a low contrast artwork, the tones are similar with very little difference between light, middle, and dark tones. In a high contrast artwork, the dark tones are very dark and the light tones are very light, creating a strong difference. The reference picture I used for this drawing was a high contrast artwork, and understanding that helped me to approach the drawing better. For the metal part of the car, there were a lot of reflection. I used different tools to create highlights, light tones and middle tones and dark tones. The white gel pen was particularly helpful for the highlights, making the process easier and faster. In the end, I was very satisfied with the final product. As I mentioned in my previous videos, each drawing experience in charcoal teaches you something new. Charcoal allows you to create beautiful drawings, and I encourage you to try drawings like this. So in today's video, I shared my experience with three key points: improvising your techniques, working part by part and focusing on contrast. I also provide the reference picture in the description if you would like to try drawing it yourself. If you want more details on this drawing, let me know in the comments. I hope you like this video and I will see you in next video. Until then, it's artist Sachin, your passionate art teacher, signing off.